First off, let me go ahead and say my thoughts and prayers are out to Ian Gary. I made a video about him and his wife a couple weeks ago, and it was just released that he's out for his fight against Luque. Dude got a bout of pneumonia, which I've also had before, so I know it's pretty rough. So I hope he fully recovers and can't wait to talk more trash about him when he gets back. I'm sure his wife and her ex-husband, who is also Ian's nutritionist, will nurse him back to full health. Alright, so a fight that has gone completely under my radar is that of Tony Ferguson versus Paddy Pimblett.
Paddy Pimblett.
Seeing as both guys are trash nowadays, it makes sense. Now hold on there, brother. Don't click off the video just yet.
Hold on, I'm talking, brother.
Prime Tony Ferg was one of my favorite fighters of all time. Prior to that godforsaken Gaethje fight, Ferg was on a legendary 12-fight unbeaten streak. Dude lived up to that boogeyman nickname. Look at the names he took. Barboza, RDA, Kevin Lee, Anthony Pettis, and Cowboy. Well overdue for a title shot. 2019 Tony was ranked 10 on the pound-for-pound list and was on the border of becoming a megastar. He was a fan favorite, had exciting fights, and the guy literally had his own memes. Then COVID had to hit and that Khabib title shot went out the window. Tony being Tony decided to double down and take on Justin Gaethje for that interim belt, and the rest is history. Now on a 6-fight losing streak, it brings a tear to my eye every time I see him on an embedded vlog or doing an interview. Damn, Gaethje just had to go ahead and take that man's soul. I still remember when Tony hit him with that last-ditch uppercut and knocked him down. Over 3 years later, and I continue to reminisce about these things.
And this is still my boy!
Fast forward to present day, and Ferguson is now a 40-year-old empty husk of what he used to be. I'm really hoping this will be his last fight though. At this point, it's getting scary how much damage he's taking. Like, the dude has always been off, but with all the damage over his career, it's just noticeably getting worse. Tony is a pressure fighter. He takes a hit to land a hit. His biggest weapons were his stamina and chin. The dude today is just a shell of his former prime self. Paddy is a gung-ho dude who likes to just blitz, and I'm fully expecting Tony to get hit with a nasty knockout once again like what Chandler did to him. I'm hoping for a laid-back submission, but even then, Tony won't tap and will just end up unconscious or with a broken arm. It's just a lose-lose situation all around. As for Paddy Pimblett, he's honestly not as good as everyone makes him out to be. His grappling and ground game is good, but that's about it. His takedown and defense are lacking big time. He has okay striking, but his defense is just so bad it outweighs it. He has virtually no range control and keeps his hands down and chin up. The literal opposite of what you're supposed to be doing. The only thing keeping Paddy afloat is that ground game and chin. Once that goes and he's done. I think any decent lightweight that's not a CTE Tony will beat Paddy. Even a handsome Drew Dober would be my pick. Look at that jawline. A Poirier or Chandler would just straight outclass him. I think Paddy will take that Johnny Walker role where they're like just both up right above being gatekeeper. Johnny is way more exciting, but both guys are characters outside the octagon. They're good on the mic and do ridiculous shit, which is why they get so much hype. But you can't correlate that to MMA skills and performance. Shavkat is a good example of the complete opposite. He can't speak English, so his mic game is non-existent, but MMA-wise, he's a monster. Paddy is good, but just not good enough. He's not a top 5 caliber guy. I think he'll be in that 10 to 15 range for his entire career. Regardless, win or lose, I really do hope this is Tony's last fight. He had that scary call back in 2019 when it leaked and his wife had called the cops on him and went and got a restraining order. And these days, it's just not the same anymore. I'm all for those Tony is the type of guy jokes, but how about Tony is the type of guy to retire and peacefully live out the rest of his life? The guy has a family and kids, and he's already reaching that 40 years of age. I know we rarely see those fairy tale endings in MMA, but by the grace of the MMA gods and one David Goggins, hopefully Ferguson can get a win. He'd be the one fighter who deserves it. His career was filled with bad luck and he never really got that title shot. Yeah, he got the interim belt, but at the end of the day, it's just not the same as winning the belt itself. If Tony can sneak a submission somehow, that's the only way I see he gets it done. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and I don't think the battered and beaten old man has enough power to crack Paddy's chin. But let's go ahead and be honest. Even if he were to win, would he retire? Probably not. He just keep going until something major happens. If it comes to it, I just hope Dana jumps in and releases him from the UFC. But even in that case, some scummy organization like Gamebred Bare Knuckle would sign Tony and milk him for some views. Throw a like on the video and let me know your thoughts on Tony's fall from grace and if Paddy's any good.